more polling has come out since the announcement last Wednesday on what President Trump is calling Liberation Day. His approval rating is up to 53% from 39%. And a new poll just came out on CNN, of all places, that say 53% of Americans believe that President Trump has the right amount of presidential power. Among Democrats, they think he has too much power. That's really not surprising, okay? But overall, the polling situation for the president since Wednesday is holding strong. And again, I got to think there's this silent majority of people that are finally feeling like they're being heard. And you know, I've really woken up to this whole argument, and I want to thank Batya Sargon. And I know I always get her name wrong, but I promise by the time we interview her, which will be very soon, that I will have it right. But she is really looking at these issues the right way and opening up my eyes to a lot of different things that I hadn't thought about before. And I love that. You know, I love it that you learn something new. You should learn something new every day. And if you do that, you'll have a better life. Now, I want to play a little bit about this from Senator David Perdue in his confirmation hearing, because he was asked about a practice that the Biden administration did where they were cooperating with a group that had ties to the CCP. And he was asked, should they continue with this?
Mr. Chairman, this is a long answer, and I apologize. I would not. I would
give
never,
us the executive summary.
I would never filibuster you, sir. But I will say this: there was a book written in 1998 by two colonels in China. They studied the war in Iraq in '91, and they came up with a strategy that basically today is being executed by President Xi Jinping. If you look at that strategy, one of the things that is a major tenet in their strategy is to communicate their propaganda through all the barriers into countries they want to influence. They're being successful with that today. To the ranking member's point earlier, this is something that I believe that President Trump realizes. One of the things I'm going to do if confirmed as ambassador will be to stand up and try to inform people in the United States about the danger. It's very subliminal, Mr. Chairman, and they are masters at it. They do not attack you frontally. This goes back to Sun Tzu and Confucius. Their strategy they will never tell you what they're going to do unless they've decided that you don't have the wherewithal and the will to resist them. We have got to get China out of our power grid, our ports, and our personal lives, Mr. Chairman. And the way they're in there is through propaganda in a major way.
So this is, right on track. And you know what? I know David Perdue hated the fact that he lost that Senate race. I know that David Perdue hated the fact that he lost the governor's race. But I think him being our United States Senator, the work he did leading up to this period of time in China has set him up for this moment in time, for him to be able to be our representative in China at one of the most consequential times in the history of this country as it relates to dealing with any of our adversaries, which, make no mistake, China is one of our adversaries.